This is impressive, my friend. Just when it seemed the Eagles roster was set, ESPN dropped a bombshell that's taking everyone by surprise. The franchise decided to bring back a familiar face, someone who has already made history in the green jersey and who could completely change the dynamic of our defense this season. I got exclusive information behind the scenes of this decision, and I'll tell you all about it now. But first, if you're the kind of person who cheers for every Eagles game, like and subscribe to the channel, because what I'm about to reveal will move the nation. In the frenetic world of the NFL, every move a team makes is strategic and must have an immediate impact. For the Philadelphia Eagles, one of the most recent moves promises to change the dynamic of the defense, especially for a young secondary still searching for its identity. A surprise, a familiar face returns, safety Marcus Epps, who returns to Philadelphia to bring his experience just when the defense needs consistency the most. Marcus Epps was a key player for the Eagles between 2019 and 2022. During that time, he started the entire 2022 regular season and played a key role in the Eagles' run to Super Bowl LV. However, after an injury-plagued season, Epps committed to the Las Vegas Raiders, where he started throughout 2023. But an anterior cruciate ligament (ACL) injury ultimately halted his progress. Now, with his recovery underway, Epps returns to Philadelphia, ready to bring his accumulated experience and add value to the Eagles' defense. But why is this move so important for Philadelphia? To answer this, we need to understand the current state of the secondary. While Reed Blankenship has shown great signs of improvement, Epps still lacks a clear title. The pressure on rookie players like Sidney Brown and Andrew Makuba is immense. The absence of a veteran who can guide and call plays is becoming a growing concern for the Eagles. Epps' arrival is not just a simple addition to the roster, but a foundation, a vital asset. He brings not only the technical qualities of a seasoned defender, but also the winning mentality of someone who's been to a Super Bowl final and understands the importance of every game. Epps, at 29, not only has a winning past, but also crucial insight into the Eagles' defensive system, making him a natural choice to fill this void in the secondary. He already knows the city's rhythm, the defensive adjustments, and the pressures of playing for a championship team. However, the question remains, will he be able to return to his best after recovering from his injury? The answer to this question will be crucial in determining whether he will be the pillar that helps the Eagles' secondary reach a higher level. With names like Blankenship, Brown, and Makuba, the duo could shine in the future, but without the right experience, the development process could be risky. The addition of Epps undoubtedly brings an extra layer of confidence and stability. At a time when the Eagles are still trying to find the perfect balance between youth and experience, Marcus Epps represents an opportunity of gold to give the Eagles defense the consistency it needs to repeat last season's success. The question fans are now asking is, will Epps' experience be enough to provide the defense with a boost? Or will the Eagles still need more pieces to avoid surprises in the season's decisive moments? And while Epps' return strengthens the secondary, another drama affecting the Eagles comes from their most hated rival, the Cowboys and the Micah Parsons soap opera. The NFL market is never dull, but the standoff between Micah Parsons and the Dallas Cowboys is undoubtedly one of the most tense situations this season. At the center of this dispute is one of the league's most feared defenders, a pass rusher with 52.5 sacks in his first 4 years, who is demanding a new contract that would place him among the highest-paid players in NFL history, just behind quarterbacks. However, Cowboys owner Jerry Jones has yet to relent. This creates growing tension and puts the situation in focus not only for Dallas, but for the entire NFC, especially the Philadelphia Eagles, who could benefit considerably from this internal crisis. For many, what Parsons is asking for is simple: recognition for his impact on the Cowboys' campaigns. He's not just seeking a raise, but a contract that will put him among the league's elite, surpassing other defensive stars. In a market where quarterbacks dominate negotiations, Parsons' request is audacious but justified. After all, he transformed the Cowboys' defense and established himself as one of the biggest threats to opposing quarterbacks. With pressure mounting daily without a finalized deal, the situation becomes even more interesting for the Eagles. The Philadelphia team, Super Bowl champions and favorites to play in the conference again, are watching every move. The question is, what can the Eagles expect from this crisis? For Dallas, losing Parsons, whether through a trade or an extended absence, would be a tremendous blow to their defense, which is their main strength. But on the other hand, a solution to the impasse with a renewed contract could allow the Cowboys to continue to pressure NFC quarterbacks with their elite defense. Here's a big question. If Parsons isn't available for Week 1, what would the Cowboys really lose? The star's absence would not only weaken Dallas's defense, but also open a window for NFC rivals, like the Eagles, who are already a powerhouse in their conference. Without Parsons, Dallas's ability to pressure the opposing quarterback and maintain its solid defense would be severely hampered, making the Eagles' path to the division and playoffs considerably smoother. Now, if Parsons were to remain in Dallas and the contract were finally finalized, it would bring some balance to the Cowboys' defense defense, which would remain one of the most formidable in the league. And this is the scenario that worries the Eagles the most, as they know that Parsons' presence could be a deciding factor in any head-to-head matchup. The possibility of a duel between Parsons and Jalen Hurts in the playoffs or even the division would be a clash of NFC giants, and that's something all eyes in Philadelphia are watching. But what if Parsons is traded? The trade market is thriving, and with a player of his caliber available, it's often watched. The question remains about the impact of a potential trade. Where will Parsons go? If he goes to an AFC team, the Eagles can breathe a sigh of relief and focus on other opponents. But the real concern is whether he ends up with another NFC team, especially one that faces the Eagles in the regular season or in potential playoff matchups. Imagine a Parsons with an even stronger defense in Los Angeles, Green Bay, or even another NFC franchise. This scenario could turn the Eagles' trajectory into a real challenge, and the pressure would be even greater. Now, the big question, who is winning this race? The answer is more complex than it seems. On the one hand, if Dallas loses Parsons or fails to reach a deal, the Eagles have everything to gain, with the chance to further dominate the NFC East and possibly the conference. On the other hand, if the Cowboys break the deadlock and retain Parsons, they will not only solidify a powerful defense, but could also become the Eagles' biggest rival in the NFC title race. Furthermore, the pressure on Jerry Jones is immense. If he doesn't resolve the impasse with Parsons in time, it could create a crisis of confidence in the long run. Players note that a divided team in its negotiations could affect on-field performance. Meanwhile, the Eagles, with a strong and increasingly refined roster, can focus on their own championship pursuit without worrying about Parsons' direct impact on their path. While Parsons and Dallas continue their contract war, the Eagles also show they are constantly monitoring the market for reinforcements. The Eagles, as always, are eyeing any move that could strengthen their defense and ensure a winning season. This time, the focus was on a high-potential cornerback who was released by the Baltimore Ravens, Jalen "Armour" Davis. After a fierce competition between several teams, the Eagles were defeated by the Tennessee Titans, who secured Armour Davis's signature. While his time in Philadelphia was a key detail, it was ultimately overlooked. But that doesn't mean the story is over. What makes this move significant for the Eagles? First, it's clear that the team is constantly looking for ways to strengthen the secondary. With 6 cornerbacks already on the roster, adding a promising player like Armour Davis, a former Alabama player, would be a chance to further increase the group's depth and competitiveness. Even if the Eagles weren't able to land the cornerback in Philadelphia this time, their search for talent continues. Armour Davis's situation also raises an important question about the team's vision. Depth at cornerback is a priority, and if he becomes available in the future, the Eagles will certainly make an attempt. Armour Davis showed his potential in previous preseasons, but would he have been able to shine in Philadelphia? And with the intense competition in the NFL, where every player needs to excel to secure their spot, the Eagles' departure at cornerback reflects their relentless pursuit of improvement. Philadelphians should pay attention, as this isn't the last time Armour Davis's name will appear on their radar. How could Marcus Epps' return, Micah Parsons' stalemate, and the Eagles' failed attempts to strengthen the secondary shape the 2024 season and affect their chances of a repeat Super Bowl title? Leave your opinion here, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. I'll be back later to update you with the latest Eagles news.